The Odd Pod.
Odd Pod. Oh, it's the Odd Pod again. Supply chain problems within the fixtures and fittings industry mean that many UK supermarkets have now run out of shelves. As a combination of Brexit and COVID, but mainly Brexit, adversely impacts supply chains within the UK, supermarkets are having to deal with a problem even worse than having empty shelves. Yeah, I suppose it's quite ironic, said manager of the Neath branch of Tesco, Simon Williams, no relation. We do have some stock in store, some sponge scourers, a few packets of Fry's Turkish Delight and a single bottle of sparkling water, but nowhere to actually display it. My store is now just an empty warehouse. Customers come in and wander around without direction, as lost, sad and clueless as Michael Gove in a nightclub. Some kids have actually started using the shop as a roller skating rink. I did try getting my staff to line up in rows and hold up tins of beans or whatever, but they started to complain that their arms were aching, and then health and safety got involved. So now if someone spills something, we can't say clean up in aisle 5 because there aren't any aisles. We have to say clean up next to that fat bald man in a red t-shirt and hope he doesn't move. The echo's the worst. With no shelves to block the sound, just one beep from the checkout will reverberate for minutes. Makes you glad we don't actually have much to sell. Oh well, I suppose we can always do a little. Just pile all the products in the middle of the shop and let the customers have at it. In other news, the nation's weary residents are once again preparing for lockdown during October, after Boris Johnson's government categorically ruled it out. After the government insisted there would not be an October lockdown in England, people across the country sighed in unison. Great, another lockdown, that's just what we need. Voter Simon Norris told us, I'll be honest, I was beginning to think lockdowns were a thing of the past. Then Boris's lot had to go and say we definitely won't be having another one. Thanks for nothing, Boris. His track record as far as political honesty goes is far from stellar. And if they'd just stayed silent on the matter, I could have believed it was never going to happen. But not now, he's so publicly ruled it out. If there is one thing you can rely on from today's government, it's that if they make a promise, they'll definitely break it. So I guess we just got to get planning for the next lockdown, right? Government Junior Health Minister Derek Walden-Smythe told us, when we say there are no plans for an October lockdown, we want you to take our word for it, not go looking at all the other things we gave our word on, like manifesto pledges on national insurance, or the £350 million a week for the NHS. Would it really be so hard to believe we're telling the truth this time? Oh, it would, right? Meanwhile, some bookmakers have begun paying out on any bets predicting an October lockdown, insisting it's now as close to a sure thing as it's possible to get.
The Odd Pod.
Odd Pod. And don't forget, the Odd Pod is available to download wherever, whenever you want, from Facebook, Twitter and Spotify. Or you can subscribe for free at manxradio.com.